The 21st Commonwealth Games will be held on the Gold Coast here in Australia. And my guest today knows all too well what needs to happen to make that a successful event. Tom Tate is the Mayor of the Gold Coast, and he joins us in the studio. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Look, you're in your second term now as Mayor there, and all the eyes of Australia, you could say indeed, the world, there'll be an enormous audience there. There's no pressure then, is there at all, about any of this?
Yeah, we'll have about 1.5 billion viewers and 71 countries and territories descending on the Gold Coast. So we're working hard and we'll get it right.
How long have you been preparing for it?
We have been preparing the last 3 years. I mean, ever since we received the Commonwealth flag in Glasgow, and when that flag was handed over to us, I realised then that it's game on. And when we got back, we absolutely started going. And the key issue is really, let's get the facilities done and dusted 12 months out.
And you'll know when you go to the palace and they start that run, you know, with that torch, it starts real then, doesn't it?
Very much so. The Queen's Baton Relay starts from Buckingham Palace, and I'll be there. But the best part is you'll know that that baton will go through 71 countries and territories and will end up on the Gold Coast on the opening day, and where we light the cauldron of peace.
Look, let me say that one of the things I think, if you were to say, what is this guy known for, that you really much are committed to that have-a-go spirit and do something that's worth going, aren't you? That's part of your nature, isn't it? It
is, and I think Gold Coasters realise that, and you know, our city is known for that have-a-go entrepreneurial spirit, and they've seen my background. I'm not a polished speaker. I speak from my heart and wear my heart on the sleeve, and people know that I have a go, and they say exactly what you're thinking.
Now, you're mayor of what I think is one of the most popular tourist regions in Australia, but you studied in the University of New South Wales, and you were not born originally in Australia. People could perhaps see that in your face. You have a link very much to Thailand, and tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my mother's Thai, and Dad is fourth generation Australian. They met in Laos, and Dad's a civil engineer. And when they met and fell in love, they basically stayed in Thailand till I was 11. And then we came over to Australia, and that's where I get to go to a Church of England school in Mossman Prep, and started having some good Australian friends, and from there on, secondary school, and met a lot of country boys.
And to cut a long story short, it's through the witness of one that you first hear of Christ, and you eventually made your own commitment to Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was one, my friend, I call him John because his name's John, and he was really passionate about Christ and the witnessing part, to the extent that coming from Thailand, I'm a Buddhist. And I said to John, look, our friendship are very strong, but please, your God will never have me. Being that arrogant and saying that to him, to basically, I don't want any more conversation regarding that. And fast forward 10 years later, when we caught up and over cooking a steak, and I sat down and I said, John, I've got something to tell you. And I said, I'm a Christian, you know, I'm Christ my Lord. And he had a smirk on his face, and I remember that I said, what are you smirking about? And he said, well, Tom, I've prayed for you every day since.
Tom, how does your faith influence what you do today?
I very much pray about, before I go and make a speech, I pray about it, and what, through the Lord's wisdom and what he wants me to say. And that's when the speech come out good. I don't ever use any notes. The speeches are written, but and I speak really what I believe the Lord wants me to communicate on. But sometimes, you know, you get a bit, you know, happy with yourself. You think you can do it, and you forget to pray, and that's when you're mucked up in front of the live TV. So I try not to do that.
And tell me, are you really nervous about the preparations that are going forward? Is there so much to do?
We're not nervous because we're absolutely ticking off the boxes, and like, I mean, we've launched our mascot a year out, and everyone likes it. It's a blue koala, Borrowby, because he surfs a lot. So there's a story to tell. The other thing I'd like is that we're bringing in our Indigenous people and our culture, the original people there, the story to be told. And so the Gold Coast will absolutely shine, and the communities really getting together as a team.
What's the message you want people to take away if they attend the Commonwealth Games?
I really want them to go, well, first of all, they understand how blessed we are with the outdoor life and our beaches and things. But the blessing is really how friendly the people are, the volunteers, Gold Coasters. And the main thing is, I want them to go, well, we're envious about it, so I want them to come back and revisit us after the Games.
If somebody was listening to our conversation together, you're just getting ready for this thing a year from now that's going to be of all the attention of the world, and they were very hesitant because they had to take a step of faith, what would you say to them?
I'd say first you pray about it, and the God's strength will honour you, and you'll go out and have that have-a-go spirit.
Yeah, you get on that surfboard, you do whatever is necessary and get on with it.
Get on with it, however he moves you, and you know that's the right course.
Well, I hope many of our viewers will be thinking of those involved in the Gold Coast in their preparations throughout this coming year.